Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's...
Serve House Redorin or serve...
Serve no. I think that's fair.
Oh, hello. You looking for a handout or something? My father... That's not someone who lives in Raven Rock, I don't think. But maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be? Next time, then.
Okay, well, assume they've been brainwashed.
My husband Ben always nice to Mirag. I'm sure I've heard that name before.
I'll give you this one.
Haven't
No, wait.
Was it in a dream?
I recognize. I don't know. I feel strange just thinking
I
about
hope you
it.
enjoy your stay in
Temple,
Raven Rock.
maybe. Here on the island, something about a temple.
Miserable. I think so. But I'm not sure where. I don't know why. Don't like it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing. We close the shop. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on the but I'm not sure I could do that to my father. We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him. We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh. A homeland, even though the Argonian invasion ended a long time ago. There were still a few scale-skinned clans, to put it simply. They attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone. It was horrible.
You haven't seen Cretius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to... Look, if you see Cretius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. No, wait. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about... Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their... So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. Eager to make some coin. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no... And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caught a fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fort. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Regal. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little... I bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there. You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from... I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking... Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. The finest weapons and armor. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is the one Cretius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a... Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime. And smithing. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. You tell Cretius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
My husband and their visitors with Chandler.
Your visit here will be tolerated
Looking for any
as long
potions?
as you abide by
I
our
don't
laws.
think so.
Otherwise,
Though it
you'll answer
sounds
to
like
the
a name
Veteran
I've
Guard.
heard of. I
Remember,
hear that name.
we are
And
watching you.
after we left Morrowind, we wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up... I was fascinated by her work. And over a period of a few... It wasn't long before we became homesick.
I'm glad
We
to
were
lend
the
a hand.
only Dunmer in Morthal.
You must be using
When
quite
word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was... It's been difficult,
sorry we
but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help.
I'll recover my
As you
losses
can
in due
imagine,
time.
the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstice. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for... According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest... I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark. That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened.
Lord, you need to talk some sense into your husband.
Can't get blood.
Find my pickaxe yet?
This is barely made.
That isn't my problem. I was clear when I loaned Garin the money that I wanted to
Murkul
back my
doesn't
first
lend
harvest.
coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
I've lost Janessa somewhere. The rest of the gang. Yeah, you should get books. Why are they not in their homes? What the hell is happening? Maybe it has to do with the dude I'm looking for, right? That he's kidnapping them every night. If I had to go with something, I would go with that. Because not a single one of them is in their beds. Yep, it's fucking empty. It makes it easier at least to steal.
The entire island isn't covered in
I work for Mogul. You got a problem?
All
you
right,
talk
we've
to
all
him.
seen enough.
Telder
Put on
and
some
Sarah,
clothes.
blade for hire. If you have the coin.
We have all sorts. Did I know someone by that name? Some. Maybe I'm just confused. I can't be sure. All right then. Well, welcome to the retching netch. The finest sujama to cross your lips. In fact, I've just added some new ingredients. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll. I was gonna. Here, take these samples of the sujama and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you. If you're looking for a room, there's actually a funny. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and he was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily. so I wasn't exactly. But you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born, and singing. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink," and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because finally it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid ever. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick. True story, friend. True. Haven't heard anything lately, but check back with me. You never know. The ash spawn attacks on the bulwark are getting worse. Captain Veleth is trying his best, but I think the Reddering Guard are overwhelmed. Safe travels, Outlander.
I work. Murgle doesn't lend coin to outlanders.
Take that swill and pour it down a well.
Teldrin Serrow, blade for hire.
Welcome
if
to
you have the coin.
Sorry.
I'm at
Gildas
your
won't allow me
service.
to drink while I'm working at the
Teldrin
netch.
Serrow, blade for
Safe
hire.
travels.
If you have the coin. If you intend to wander Soulstone,